Good morning, zookeepers, and thanks for coming back for another exciting episode of the Feenstra Zoo. I am thrilled today to tell you that this episode, in fact this season, will be brought to you by the fantastic people over at BetterHelp. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy service. This is a fantastic company, and I'll be telling you a bit more on them a little later, but up front, I just wanted to say thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring the Feenstra Zoo. For now, I just want to jump into today's fun. As we all know, January is a time for reinvention. New year, new me, right? Creating a New Year's resolution is a great way to start down a path of recreating yourself and hopefully making a better version of yourself. I mean, in small ways, we change every day. Physically, yes, but attitude and mentally as well. And we don't always notice as much on the day-to-day, but year to year, we certainly do. Let's prove my point a little bit here. I graduated high school in 2009. I was generously 5'10" and a 100-pound hooligan. I was loud and obnoxious, a wannabe rapper with a huge ego and insane pride issues. Well, at least now I don't want to rap. Anyway, now I'm a podcaster and I'm taller and my weight is more, let's say. But seriously, I'm honestly such a different person. So much so that I don't even claim to be the same person anymore. Same DNA, but that's about it. It really is some of the best news that I could give myself is that I have changed. I'm not the same person. It's really good news in general saying that people change, but only if they want to. Shalane and I are completely different people from when we stood on that grassy knoll and said I do, almost 9 years ago. It's part of the reason that I can say that I love her more today than I ever have before, even more than when we said our vows. Because we have chosen to change and grow together, we've gone through many, many versions of ourselves. You know, sometimes it even seems like overnight we're different people. Shalane and I, we usually refer to these changes as seasons of life. It's the natural shifting of life, the ebb and flow. And that's what really brings us to this episode. As this new year has just begun, it's a time for us to make intentional choices that shift us into the next seasons of our lives, the next versions of ourselves, in the form of New Year's resolutions. At this time of year, we make the easiest decisions to change ourselves because it's normal. It's what people do. We make checklists to do so. Lose weight, save money, date my spouse more, spend more time with my kids, read more, blah, 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 blah. And don't get me wrong, all of these things are great, but without a proper plan, most New Year's resolutions, they fall off before the end of the month. Before I go much further, guys, I know mid-roll ads can be kind of annoying, but bear with me for just a couple of minutes here. The sponsorship really helps out the Feenstra Zoo. So let's just take a couple seconds and learn about BetterHelp. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy service, 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just have to answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for you for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you can get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you. More scheduling, more flexibility, and at more affordable price. And right now, you can get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp by visiting betterhelp.com/TheFeastRazoo. That's betterhelp.com/TheFeastRazoo. And guys, I really just want to encourage you to try therapy if you never have before, because I can speak from personal experience that finding someone you can talk open and freely with no judgment coming back at you, someone who literally is there just to help you sort out whatever it is that's weighing on you. It's an incalculable value to yourself. It's literally saved my life. So please do yourself a favor and give it a shot. You have nothing to lose. So please visit betterhelp.com/TheFeastRazoo. That's betterhelp.com/TheFeastRazoo. And you can receive 10% off your first month of therapy. All right, back to New Year, New Me. So let's take the example of saving money. Now, how would you plan to do that? What does your budget look like? Do you even have a budget written out yet? Do you have any margin in that budget, or do you need to drop some expenses? Let me take a minute to just be open and frank here. For Shalane and I, this year is for saving money. This is what we've decided. We've removed some streaming services, lowered our phone bill, chosen to stay a single vehicle family after my bike accident, and we've made some other small adjustments as well. We've had a paper budget for years, and with these changes, it allows us to make some clever penmanship moves here, and this is all from Shalane, who manages our home's budget, and we're able to add a little bit to our savings each month, or a little bit more to our savings each month. It's not a ton, but every little bit adds up. And come the end of the year, hopefully it's multiplied and lots us a bit more margin in our savings. But it only will if we stay diligent. And it only will if we know that every dollar counts. So if you've made some New Year's resolutions, make sure they're specific and make sure they're measurable goals. This way you can track them and you know when you're actually making progress. Otherwise, you're just guessing and it can be discouraging. And remember, it's never too late to add or to modify, change your goals for this year. Some seasons of life are just harder to accomplish these things, and you need to give yourself grace for that. Some seasons of life are just hard. Some are easy, some are painful or melancholy, and others still are just neutral. Shalane and I are coming out of a rather stressful season of sickness in our home, honestly. Tinsley and Hadley have been trading colds back and forth and fevers back and forth. Plus, with Christmas and New Year's and my bike accident back in November, it's been a couple months, guys. And although it's been a short couple months, it's still been a very stressful season of life. Christine Miller once said that at any given moment, you have the power to say, this is not how my story is going to end. Things are going to change in life. It just simply can't stay the same. Life keeps moving forward. And when it's not great, you need to choose that this is not the end of my story. We need to choose that it can and will be better. And it's not always easy. Self-doubt, negative self-talk, aggressive internal dialogues. Guys, it's not always easy. It can be disheartening after going through season and season and season of hardship. Refer to my last episode about changing your attitude. But it's not always easy. The season of stress in Shalane and I's life, it's been short, and it's been kind of coupled with a rather tough year. Not just a season, but this year has been tough. But because we can lean on each other, we've grown with each other for years, and we've chosen to say that this is not the end of my story. I'm not going out like this. The calendar rolls over, and, it's not an instant flip of a switch, but we make some right choices, and we climb and we dig out of these ruts. It's not overnight, not this time. But we'll get there. 2023 is going to be a better year than 22. I just have to trust that it is. John F. Kennedy said that change is the law of life, and those who only look to the past and the present are certain to miss the future. Change is a constant. It's a guarantee. It's one of the only guarantees in life. Change isn't always going to be bad, but there is no avoiding it. We have to learn to embrace this. Life changes. Learn to grow with it. You took a loss today. That sucks. I feel for you. Me too. But we have to learn from them. I don't want this to be all doom and gloom and negative, though, because change can be good. Shalane and I started dating. That was a great change. We have 2 beautiful girls. That's an amazing life change. A hard one, but amazing. We moved from southern Alberta to the west coast of Canada. That is a great change. It doesn't always have to be grand, big things, though. Yesterday to today, the sun came up. It was dark, now it's sunny. That's a good change. You need the little things? Great. You woke up this morning. That is a great change. Once we learn to roll with the punches of life, we can control how we react to the hard points in life. The hard things become good things too. When I lost my job earlier this year, that was a hard change. But we had some words of wisdom from Shalane's aunt that changed our perspective on how we saw the situation. It was a rough moment. It was hard. We had to make some real quick changes and adjustments in our family. But being able to shift the perspective, what she said was, sometimes God needs to force us out of situations. Because I had no reason to leave my job. I had no reason to even look for a different job. I was happy, it was good. But when I lost my position, I had to not even look for why, but just know there was a reason behind it. Know that there was something better, something different that I needed to be doing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have left. I was comfortable, I was making decent money. Like, there was no reason for me to look elsewhere. But I needed to. Now, being a travel agent, my mental health is generally better. My hours are generally better. My lifestyle is generally better. And it wouldn't have happened if I was still grinding away at the garage. So just change the way you're looking at your situation. I don't know where you're at in life. I'm talking to my computer monitor, just hoping that something is getting through to you. I don't know where you're at. If nothing else from this episode, seasons of life, the ebb and flow of life, it's a pretty loose concept. But if you don't hear anything else, hear this. Changing your perspective on the hard times of your life helps make them not as hard. Finding the silver linings, finding a way to show gratitude for whatever situation of life you're in, it makes life not seem so dark. Learning to roll with the punches, control how we react to the hard points of life, we can find joy in every season of life. And I think that's where I'm going to leave that one today. Guys, as always, don't forget to head over to the Podbelly Network. Check out some other shows that you might find there. I know that I've found a few that I love, so please go check them out, podbelly.com. If you want to support the show, absolutely head on over to buymeacoffee.com/LeFeasterZoo for a one-time donation, and that goes right back into this podcast 100%, so I can upgrade equipment and keep going on this grind. From now on till the end of the season, head on over to betterhelp.com/LeFeasterZoo. Get yourself a discount on online therapy. That too will help you shift your perspectives on life. And always, don't forget to leave a rating wherever you're listening to the Feenstra Zoo and leave a comment. Tell me how I'm doing. That just helps the analytics. It's going to put the Feenstra Zoo between more people's ears. So please, for this week, guys, keep your chin up. Thank you, and God bless.